Sometimes dealing with humanity, maintaining sanity, rough. Sometimes trying to stay in ain't enough. We fall. Sometimes the hardest part is standing back up.
Yo, what are you doing, man? What is this?
I'm just reading my poem. The truth hurts.
Yo, this shit is boring, man. Have you ever heard of hip hop? You know, LL Cool J, you know, DJ Cool Herc, 50 Cent, blah blah, all that. You never heard of that before?
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. Let me see a poem. Let me rap it for you real quick. Truth hurts. Solomon. Shout out Hershey. I feel you. Sometimes dealing with humanity's tough, maintaining sanity rough. Sometimes I feel I got my hands in these cuffs. Sometimes just trying to stand ain't enough. We all fall. Sometimes the hardest part is standing back up. Sometimes I lie awake at night and wonder why God made my life. Cause every single thing I try just never turned out right. Sometimes my plight is that I'm blinded by the light. I wish that I could do things right. The only way is to regain my sight. Sometimes my tragic flaw is pride, it gets the best of me. Sometimes I wanna move the stars and change my destiny. I know my mind is right, but what about the rest of me? My heart and soul, they burn sometimes. The world keeps testing me, so sometimes I think about this life and how it really works. I know I think too much sometimes, I guess it's just my curse. Cause understanding only makes the bad seem worse. Sometimes the truth about the truth is that the truth really hurts.
Sometimes I smile, sometimes I cry, sometimes I ask myself the reason why. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, sometimes it's worse, sometimes the truth, it hurts. Sometimes I smile, sometimes I cry, sometimes I ask myself the reason why. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, sometimes it's worse, sometimes the truth, it hurts.
Sometimes I seek perfection, but obtain rejection. Ask for God's protection, intersection. Point me in the right direction. Sometimes my rear view reflection gets unclear and I fear, because my future is much closer than it might appear. Sometimes the ones you hold dear, the ones that hurt you the most. Sometimes the ones who know least, the ones that's talking the most. Somehow the road that is clear, never the one that I chose. It's never as it appeared. I guess that's just how life goes. Sometimes I'm true to myself, but most times I just front. I care too much what people think, so I just say what they want. Smiling their faces can't erase this feeling, pacing inside. Steady racing with emotion, trying to make the shit high. Sometimes my highs and lows, my ups and downs is one and the same. Sometimes I trip on stupid shit, I'm just a slave to the game. Sometimes I hurt the ones I love and it's a goddamn shame. I look for someone to accuse, but I'm the one who's to blame.
Sometimes I smile, sometimes I cry, sometimes I ask myself the reason why. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, sometimes it's worse, sometimes the truth, it hurts. Sometimes I smile, sometimes I cry, sometimes I ask myself the reason why. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, sometimes it's worse, sometimes the truth, it hurts.
Sometimes I stutter when my mind get heavy, my soul weary, and my heart gets tired of carrying. My eyes teary. Sometimes the good deeds that I do go unnoticed, so I just wanna not give a fuck. I lose focus sometimes. Sometimes I act cocky, pretend like I don't make no mistakes. Hide behind a mask until the world find out I'm a fake. The flaws I thought I had inside my mind, the truth to be real. Sometimes I start to realize the world is far from ideal. Sometimes the race too long, sometimes I'm just too tired to run. Sometimes my conscience eat me up for all the shit that I done, that no one know about except for me and God himself. No one else know what I'm going through, just how I felt. Sometimes I wake up with tears in my eyes. Could it be that I just never wanna face reality? Or maybe my dreams are so far in a distance that I can't even reach, that I can't even reach, that I can't even reach.
Sometimes I smile, sometimes I cry, sometimes I ask myself the reason why. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, sometimes it's worse, sometimes the truth, it hurts. Sometimes I smile, sometimes I cry, sometimes I ask myself the reason why. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, sometimes it's worse, sometimes the truth, it hurts. Sometimes I smile, sometimes I cry, sometimes I ask myself the reason why. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, sometimes it's worse.